Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We have a fun UFC card this weekend. Let's get right into it. So we got Juliana Miller versus Luana Santos. Luana Santos, she is a crafty individual. Um, she has some decent wins. She has a guillotine choke over a 3-0 opponent. She took Jenna Bishop to a 2-0 split. Um, ah, I like Bishop. I mean, it's not a bad loss. I feel like I like Luana Santos here for the striking, but this could be a close fight because it's her first fight in the UFC. I'm gonna go with Santos, but it's not a confident pick. It's just a it's just a prediction. But yeah, Batteria. She used to train with Rebus. She trains with team. She trains with like Macy Barber and them. She gets in good looks, so I trust her to win versus I trust her to win versus an opponent in Juliana Miller, who, in my opinion, is not good. She has jiu-jitsu, so good for her. Um, but other than that, her her best wins are Caitlin Neal, Claire Guthrie, and Claire Guthrie isn't even good. Brogan Walker, that was another impressive win. I do think she has some talent. Like she's aggressive. She's just gonna keep coming forward. Her cardio's decent, but the thing with her is she like Veronica Hardy is not a good loss to have. Um, I mean Veronica's decent, but I think Luana Santos has a good shot of winning this fight. I think she has a lot more talent. And it's just gonna be a matter of does she have that dog in her? Because I know Juliana Miller does. Alrighty, moving on. We have Damon Blackshear versus Jose Johnson. Um, so the thing with Jose Johnson is he is a crafty Muay Thai fighter with some heavy hands. He's trained on what I think it's Fusion XL or something along those lines. Uh, yeah, some small gym. Anyways, he is really I like his striking. And his jiu-jitsu's decent, purple belt level probably. The thing about him is that he and his takedown defense isn't terrible. The thing about him is I just don't rate his wrestling's not great. He's cutting a lot of weight in a short period of time. We saw what happened last week with Bazooka. So I'm gonna go with Damon Blackshear here to win a unanimous decision. I just don't see Jose Johnson's weight cut going well. Could Jose Johnson, I mean, could Damon Blackshear get a submission finish? Maybe, but I'm not gonna count on it. Moving on, we have. Oh, should I get into Damon? Because Damon Blackshear he's very well rounded. He's got a he's not great anywhere, but he's not bad anywhere. Um, I like his fight IQ's questionable. His gym's okay, Jackson Wink. But the thing with him that I like is he makes the right decisions and he fights to the level of his opponent to the better, and he beats guys obviously that he should beat. So I'm gonna go Damon Blackshear here, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if Jose Johnson outstrikes him somehow. Actually, not somehow. Somehow. All right. Man, this is hard because yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Damon Blackshear here. Moving on, we have Montserrat Ruiz versus Jacqueline Amorim. Montserrat Ruiz has like a head and arm hip toss or whatever it's called, and she keeps it, but she's not doing that on Jacqueline Amorim. She's gonna look to ground and pound. It's a pretty easy win for Jacqueline Amorim. I really like this first spot for her. Ruiz has okay boxing, but she doesn't pressure. And she doesn't do well with someone with the hand. I think Jacqueline also has a good chance of KOing her in the first round. She has good knockout power. Montserrat Ruiz, I'm gonna guess she's gonna get dropped and then submitted, either or taken down, submitted. But yeah, I have Jacqueline Amorim here. I think she's the more talented of the two. Definitely has the better jiu-jitsu, more power. I don't know. I think she's a better athlete too. I think she just had adrenaline dump in in her first fight. We'll see in this fight if her cardio is good or not. Because Montserrat Ruiz does push a. Yeah, her pace isn't great, but we'll see. I'm on Amorim here. Moving on, we have Martin Buday versus Josh Parisian. So I was actually leaning Parisian earlier, but now thinking about it, I gotta go with Buday. I just don't like Parisian's like he waits too much, and he gets discouraged. Um, he's not a great nail. He's experienced, and he's like if I look at his career, you know, he's Alan Boudreaux. He finished him by ground and pound. Downtown Maze. He got crucifixed out. How do you get finished by Downtown Maze? See, that's Pogues beat him by unanimous decision. See, that's where I struggle. So I'm gonna have to go with Boudet here, but man, his day's coming to fade him, and maybe it's this time, but I'm gonna go with Boudet here. The thing with Boudet is he is just so like slow and low output and leaves everything up to be desired. I can't get behind him. He has almost burned me two times. Um yeah, he's a stressful fighter to bet on. Um yeah. But Josh Parisian, he's a problem when he gets going, and Martin Buday doesn't push a high pace past the first round, I think at all even. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is Boudet's I think has more talent. It's just who can keep a better pace and who can stay in it because it's heavyweight. Moving on, we have Isaac Dulgarian versus Francis Marshall. So Francis Marshall, he's pretty good everywhere. Obviously he has some holes. He's still pretty green. But the thing with Francis that I like is his wrestling. He's very well coached. You could tell, kind of like Calvin Cater, very well coached, and he knows what he wants. He works really hard to get the finishes. He almost finished William Gomes in the third round. He's got power in his hands. His boxing and his striking is not the greatest, but it's not bad. Um, the thing with this is he's facing someone, in my opinion, who's a little more dangerous on the feet, and I think maybe even on the ground. I don't know, but Isaac Dulgarian has faced a lot of guys who, in my opinion, aren't the greatest, and if he's fighting Francis Marshall, this is a step up in competition. I really like I don't really like him, sorry, but I think Francis Marshall wins this. But Dulgarian in the first round is probably an interesting bet. He's never won outside of the first round, so I don't think at least, and or not as a pro or something. I can't remember the stat. Have to check. But yeah, he is a finisher, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him catch Francis in the first round. But past that, I think Francis can take over. Moving on. Maybe even he does well in the first round. I don't know. This is an interesting fight for me. Terrence McKinney versus Mike Breeden. So, Mike Breeden, he is, in my opinion, the last chance Terrence McKinney has. And I say that because he gets hit and he tends to, well, take a lot of damage in most of his fights. Natan Levy going to a split decision with him. Having success in the feet against Natan Levy. You know, I don't know. Romero, he ate a lot of calf kicks with Romero and he stayed in it. He's pretty tough. Um, Anthony Hernandez, he got KO'd. So that's where I see problems. Because if Terrence McKinney lands on you, I feel like he could win the round in the win in the first round, or even like. But the thing, I'm gonna have to go with Mike Breeden here, just because that's Terrence McKinney. You can't pick Terrence Mc. Oh my God, I don't even know. See, this is hard because you can't take Breeden also. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Mike Breeden here. I'm gonna take him. He's been a lot of the guys at a Factory X have been looking good lately. I'm gonna ride the hype. Mike Breeden, let's ride. Yeah, I like Mike Breeden here. As long as he lasts round one, he should win this. Moving on, we have Marcus Mcghee versus JP Buys. Uh, yeah, Marcus McGee, round one, KO. If not, round two, KO. I don't know. I don't see this being an easy fight for Marcus McGee at all. I don't see this being a competitive fight for Marcus McGee at all. I think he's going to have his way with JP Buys. JP Buys has some wrestling and some jiu-jitsu, but I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be him shooting on Marcus and Marcus stuffing his shots. I think Marcus is just too athletic, too quick, trains with too good of guys. I think he's too good on the feet for JP Buys. I'm going to go with Marcus inside the distance here. And this is going to send JP Buys packing. Moving on, we have Josh Fremd versus Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett, he is an interesting character. He is just not good in my opinion. He's 13-9. The Bo Nickel loss, I'm not going to even talk about. The Dennis Tululin loss, he quit. Kyle Daukaus loss, I think he quit. Like his wins are over Joseph Holmes, like a bum. Loreno Stapoli, which is a decent win. Like he has some decent wins, but then he has like some wins where it's like, or some losses where it's like, what the heck? Like Jordan Wright, Tafon Nchukwi. I'm gonna have to go with. Oh, this is hard, man. I'm gonna go with Josh. I'm gonna go with Josh Fremd, but it's a close fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Pickett wins here. Josh Fremd's fight IQ is just so questionable, but he has so many tools to win. He could catch him on the feet. He could take him down, get a submission even. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Josh Fremd here. Moving on, we have Tafon Nchukwi versus AJ Dobson. So Tafon, man, he is a general. He'll just keep coming forward. He doesn't move his head a lot. He switches stances. He's got some nice kicks. He's powerful. Um, the thing with Tafon is his cardio isn't great. Um, I just don't rate Tafon here. I like AJ Dobson. That's the thing with AJ Dobson is I think he's very, very talented. He lets the fights get dictated sometimes for him, and that's a problem I see here. Is Stefan would more than happily dictate the dance of this fight, and for that reason, I'm gonna lean Tafon Nchukwi, but I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Dobson wins the round. So I'm gonna be pretty confident in AJ Dobson plus 3.5. That's probably gonna be my play. I'm gonna see what that play is, if that play even is a thing. I really like that play. I'm hoping he is a dog. Let's see. Yeah, the lines haven't came out for our props. Actually, no. I could probably check. It would have to be on here though. Okay, sorry guys. I really want to see the odds here for that. 'Cause that just came to me as we were sitting here. Um, hmm. Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, I'm really liking that, man. I'm really liking that. I'm liking AJ Dobson plus 35 a lot. Um, yeah. Moving on. We have Yasmin Lucindo versus Poliana Viana. Yasmin Lucindo is a very educated boxer. Good distance range, some decent kicks. Um, she's had some decent experience in the UFC. Beat a bum Brogan Walker. Good opponent in we don't know yet. And a good opponent in Yasmin Urague. Urague, I believe, is very talented, but she got chinned in her last fight, so we'll see in the future how her career goes. But yeah, Yasmin Lucindo, I believe she's very talented, young. Um, got some decent wrestling as well. I think she could stay on top. The thing with Polyana Viana is she's got very good jiu-jitsu. She's very aggressive. She's got nasty knees. She trains with good girls out in Shooto box. I think she's gonna. The thing with her, she keeps her chin very low, and I believe a KO, a KO from Lucinda is very possible. Um, yeah, I see a KO, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lucinda takes her to unanimous decision. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight. I'm on Lucinda here by KO. Moving on, we have Chris Daukaus versus Khalil Rountree. So Chris Daukaus has not beaten an African American once in the UFC. As a cop, maybe, but not in the UFC. I had to take that joke from my homie Shab in the Discord. But yeah, Khalil Rountree is a very dangerous man. Not as far as jiu-jitsu. He has no jiu-jitsu, but yeah, he's a very dangerous man. Jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai wise, he soccer kicks your stomach. He's just vicious, and definitely not someone you want to be standing across from if you're on a losing streak via KOs. And that is Chris Daukaus. He's coming down from heavyweight, so I don't know how the weight cut's gonna drain him. He might look good, he might look bad, because to be honestly, he should be a 205er, but he didn't want to cut the weight. But yeah, we'll see how he looks. Hopefully not death on the scale, and maybe it'll be a competitive fight. I'm hoping for a clean kill for Roundtree, but I don't think it will be easy. For just a gut feeling, but hopeful. Come on, Roundtree. Do what you're supposed to. Moving on. Hakeem Dawodu versus Cub Swanson. Uh, Yeah, I like Hakeem here, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Cub turn back the clock here on Hakeem. Hakeem hasn't looked great in his last fight against was it Julian Erosa? Yeah, Julian did not make him. He made him look really average. I think Cub Swanson has the speed to do that as well. It's just a matter of he can't deal with leg kicks anymore, and Hakeem does deliver kicks. And he punches heavy as well. I'm gonna go with Hakeem by split or unanimous decision, but it is gonna be a close fight, and I wouldn't be shocked to see a Cub Swanson split or even yeah, just a split. Probably would be the way he'd win. But yeah, moving on, we have Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos. Vicente Luque had a brain hemorrhage. Not scary. There's levels to brain hemorrhages, of course, but I do think that Vicente Luque should be, you know, taking his career a little more seriously with his opponents and taking the defense a little more seriously if he's getting brain hemorrhages. Maybe it was unrelated. I don't know, but I'm just concerned for him. He does take damage in his fights. Rafael dos Anjos at this stage of his career is not delivering damage though. He still could crack, obviously, but I just don't think it'll be much of a problem. I think Vicente Luque is going to have like Bilal, he'll have this striking advantage. Rafael dos Anjos is going to look to how to take him down. Um, Vicente Luque has good jiu-jitsu, but I do think dos Santos is just as good, if not better, jiu-jitsu. Um, I'm gonna go Vicente Luque here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rafael dos Anjos wins this. Um, yeah, and then maybe even he retires after this. I don't know, but yeah, my top five picks for this card are Mcghee number one, number two, Lucindo, number two, Rountree, number three, I say Blackshear, number four, Amorim, um, and number five, uh, Fremd. Go Fremd. Alrighty, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll see you next time.